Gusto mo ba mag-invest sa Philippine stock market pero iniisip mo na baka mahirap kasi nasa ibang bansa ka? Huwag kang mag-alala dahil in this video, I'll show you step by step how OFWs can invest in the Philippine stock market even while abroad para hindi ka lang lagi nagpapadala, may pinapatubo ka pa. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Christina and I've been making videos about trading and investing in the Philippine stock market. So, to make this more organized, ito yung mga pag-uusapan natin. Paano ba gumagana yung Philippine stock market? Paano pumili ng stockbroker na best kahit nasa abroad ka? Paano mag-fund ng account kahit nasa ibang bansa ka? Paano pumili ng unang stock? Ano-ano yung mga common mistakes at paano makaiwas sa scam? At yung mga common OFW problems when it comes to investing. So, let's go! Una, paano nga ba gumagana ang stock market? Bago ka mag-invest, kailangan na iintindihan mo kung paano gumagana ang isang bagay or kung paano nangyayari na lumalago yung pera mo through that investment. That goes for all investment ha, hindi lang sa stock market. Kunyari, mag-i-invest ka sa Pag-ibig MP2, mag-i-invest ka sa lupa, sa real estate, business, or mag-i-invest ka ng feelings. Ayan. Dapat naiintindihan mo kung paano siya gumagana. And ang basic explanation kung paano gumagana ang stock market, yung stock market, madami yan. May mga stocks na pwede tayong bilhin. Commonly, nakikita nyo yan kung nandito kayo sa Pilipinas before. Nakikita nyo yung mga big companies like Jollibee, Ayala, Meralco, BDO. Ilan lang yan sa mga yan. So, in the stock market, possible na pwede tayong mamuhunan sa kanila. Pwede kang bumili ng shares ng mga company na yon at tatawagin ka ng shareholder kasi may share ka na. Pero maliit na portion lang yun ha. Hindi ka naman magiging may-ari ng super nung kumpanya. Ibig sabihin lang, bumili ka ng konting share, binigay mo yung pera sa kanila para patubuin nila, and in return, kapag kumita yung company or umakyat yung value ng company from a small company, lumalaki sila, lumalago, you're being part of that, and ganon kumikita yung pera mo. Ang Philippine Stock Exchange or yung PSE, yun yung official na stock market sa Pilipinas. And you can find their website in the Philippine Stock Exchange website, pse.com.ph, if you want to know more information about it. So, hindi ka pwedeng bumili ng diretsyo ng mga stocks or ng mga shares dito sa PSE. Kailangan mo ng stockbroker. Yung stockbroker is licensed by the Securities and Exchange Commission and is entitled to act as an agent between buyers and sellers ng stocks. So, ganun siya gumagana. Tapos, kumikita ka in two ways. First is yung capital appreciation na mention ko kanina. Parang kunyari bumili ka ng lupa, no? Tapos, mura lang siya nung araw bago ka umalis ng Pilipinas. Pagbalik mo ng Pilipinas, mahal na yung lupa, nag-appreciate na yung price, umakyat na yung price. Ganun din yung stocks or yung shares ng company na binibili mo. Kunyari yung Jollibee, diba dati, maliit na company lang siya and now, marami ng branches all over the world. Yung amount na ininvest mo, if the company grows, you also grow together with it. The second way that you can earn in the stock market is through dividends. Hindi lahat ng company namimigay ng dividends, pero if the company na binili mo is nagbigay ng dividends, you will earn through capital appreciation or through dividends. Tapos hindi lang siya all happy, syempre, gusto natin kikita yung pera natin, pero dahil lahat ng investment, it carries a certain level of risk, hindi all the time na lahat ng bibilhin mo ay sure ball nakikita. So when you invest into something, whether it's in stocks or other investment na mapadpad ka, dapat naiintindihan mo na hindi siya sure ball, na hindi siya guaranteed. That's why we're doing this video so that we can learn to at least minimize the risk and invest with calculated risk. Now, let's talk about choosing a stockbroker that works for OFWs. Dati, mahirap para sa mga Filipinos na nasa abroad na mag-open ng stockbroker. Kasi you print out, you fill out the form, tapos papadala mo pa yun sa kanila. Ngayon, everything is online, right? After the pandemic, ito nangyari, no? So, if you have internet connection, makakapag-invest ka na. Maraming trading participants na available sa Philippine Stock Exchange and you can see that in the website ng pse.com.ph nga. Andito siya. Pero ito yung mga common na ginagamit ng mga nasa ibang bansa at saka ng mga nandito na din sa Pilipinas. So, the first is they're using COL Financial. Ito yung isa sa pinakamalaki at pinakakilala na stockbroker dito sa Pilipinas. Another one is Dragonfly. So, yan sa pinakabago na trading participant. Meron siya sa website, pero din siya sa mobile app that you can download. Maganda yung user interface niya at saka advanced yung features niya. Pero, di naman yung sabihin na advanced, hindi mo na magagets yung user interface. Mabilis pa rin siyang gamitin even for beginners, no? You can also try yung mga backup by banks. So, si first, Metrosec, it's backup by Metrobank. Magandang option yun, lalo kung may Metrobank ka na. Another one is BPI Trade. It's backup by BPI. If may account ka sa BPI, magandang option din to. And it's the same for BDO Securities. If may account ka sa BDO, BDO Securities is a stockbroker backed up by BDO. Tapos ngayon, meron na ding investment features yung mga e-wallet. So, sa GCash, meron yang G-Stocks, tapos sa Maya, may mga 3 brokers din yan under Maya Stocks. Gumawa ko ng 2 separate videos on how to do that using your e-wallet. Parang list siya sa ginagamit ng mga nasa ibang bansa kasi bihira yung may GCash tsaka Maya na nasa ibang bansa. Ang common requirements para makapag-open ng account sa mga stockbroker ay tax ID number, Philippine bank account, at Philippine government ID. Tapos, if there would be other requirements, i-check nyo na lang yung website ng stockbroker kung saan mo gustong mag-open ng account. Di pala, when choosing a stockbroker, choose a stockbroker na maganda yung customer service, maganda yung user interface, yung comfortable ka na gamitin, tapos yung mabilis yung deposit and withdrawal process. Lalo na kung nasa ibang bansa ka. And meron din ako ginawang video that talks a lot more about the stockbrokers na na-mention ko. So, right after this video, you can just check that out. Okay, so paano naman mag-fund ng account? Siyempre, bibili ka ng stocks, dapat lalagyan mo yung account mo ng pambili. Nire-require yan ng broker usually bago ma-activate yung account. So, ang step niyan, mag-open ka ng account, i-upload mo yung mga requirements, tapos kailangan mo siyang pondohan ng minimum initial deposit para ma-activate yung account. And most usually, nag-range lang siya sa 1,000 pesos to 25 to 50,000 pesos. Again, i-check nyo na lang dun sa stockbroker kung magkano yung initial deposit. Ang maganda, hindi siya maintaining balance. Kunyari, nag-fund ka ng 1,000 to activate the account. It's the same 1,000 na ipambibili mo ng stocks. By process, kailangan lang nila ng minimum initial deposit na fund bago ma-activate yung account or bago ka makapag-login sa platform nila. Ang common option sa pag-fund ng account ay bank transfer. Pwede din bills payment. May mga option din sila doon for bills payment. Check mo rin if may partner remittance service yung broker na napili mo. And pwede ka rin mag-fund using GCash or Maya. Again, through bills payment naman siya. Ang sistema lang kapag mag-withdraw ka, ang nasa option doon, most usually is same name, same account number, tapos Philippine bank account. As of this video, hindi pa ka nakakita ng stockbroker, at least dun sa gamit ko na pwede mo siyang withdrawin direct to your e-wallet. So, unless you're using G-Stocks or Maya Stocks, kasi hindi mo na kailangan. Kasi all-in-one wallet na siya. Next is, paano pumili ng unang stock na bibilhin mo? Anong stock ba magandang bilhin? Ito yung madalas na tanong ng mga beginner. Basic tip muna tayo. So, you can start with the companies you know. Since you are investing in Philippine stocks, familiar sa atin yung mga big companies na available na bilhin yung shares sa Philippine Stock Exchange. So, kung may napusuan ka na stock na kilala mo or consumer ka nito or ginagamit mo, you can do further research about that. So, you can start with the stocks that you are familiar with. Another one that you can choose from is yung mga REIT or yung Real Estate Investment Trust. Super gusto ko din siya kasi they give out quarterly dividends at may exposure ka sa real estate. Another option is to buy growth stocks kasi ang gusto nga natin is yung nag-grow yung isang company. Tapos kasama yung investment mo doon na nag-grow. Etong maganda. May mga research tools at free webinars and trainings yung mga brokers natin dito wherein you can join. Usually posted yan sa social media accounts nila or i-email nila sa'yo kung meron ka ng account dun sa stockbroker na yun. Kung anong schedule nila usually for the month, for the week, kung may upcoming silang training. So, maximize that, attend those. Mas marami kayong matututunan bago kayo bumili ng una nyong stock. Let's go to the common mistakes, no? Ito yung gusto kong pag-usapan din in this video kasi maraming OFW yung na-scam. Nakakalungkot kasi yung hard-earned money, diba? Parang bad trip, kinuha lang ng scammer. Nakakainis. So, para makaiwas sana sa mga ganong klaseng mga manloloko, ito yung mga napapansin ko lang na common trends ng mga scammers. Una, it's very risky din, no, to invest your money dun sa mga brokers na hindi under license ng Securities and Exchange Commission. Sobrang dami niyan. You would see a legitimate website when you Google it, pero bigla-bigla naglalaho yung website. Siguro mabilis lang naman mag-create ng website, no? So most likely, if the broker is not listed under Securities and Exchange Commission, foreign broker siya. So those would probably be platforms for crypto or for forex or for global markets, no? I'm not saying na lahat ng outside of the market ay hindi na legit, no? Pero you have to really do more research on that. Pag sa Philippine broker kasi, mabilis siyang identify kasi just search ka doon sa Securities and Exchange Commission, search ka sa Philippine Stock Exchange website, makikita mo na yung stockbrokers na under license to trade and for us to buy and sell stocks. Tapos kapag meron kang na-contact na tao who would do the investment for you, no? Tapos sinabi niya na idodoble yung pera mo, sure ball, tapos guaranteed, sure 100% nakikita. Be very, very careful. As I mentioned earlier, no, kapag ka nag-invest ka, it's risky. Kahit mag-invest ka sa Philippine stock market, market, kahit mag-invest ka sa Jollibee na kilalang company, there would always be risk na malugi. So, when someone tells you na kikita siya ng sure, 100% guaranteed, be very, very careful in transacting with those. Tapos, do your research pa more. I'm really pounding on the research, pag-aralan siyang mabuti kasi sayang I know it's hard work na nasa ibang bansa ka ngayon. So, really do your research before investing your money. Pero, minsan yung OA din sa research, no? hindi natutuloy mag-invest, parang super natatakot na din na mag-risk. Risk ka siguro small amount after you do your research, no? Mas mahirap naman yun, super, risk averse ka na. Dahil na trauma ka na sa mga nangyayaring scam before. So, yun. Basta pag-aralan nyo lang. Pag sinabing guaranteed, medyo X na sa akin yun. And then, understand, let's go back to the step 1. Paano nga ba siya gumagana? Okay? Ngayon, ito yung mga common problems na I get inquiries on my page na hindi ko din naman alam kung anong sagot minsan dahil wala naman ako sa ibang bansa, nandito ako sa Pilipinas. Pero ito yung mga common problems when starting. Ito starting pa lang. When opening a stockbroker, usually yung mga requirements. So the first one is walang tax ID number. So you don't need the actual card, no? You just need the number. Kung inabutan mong makakuha ng tax ID number nung nandito ka pa sa Pilipinas, isa lang yan forever and ever. Amen. Yan na yung gagamitin mo. Pero kung wala kang tax ID tapos nag-abroad ka na simula nung kabataan mo, there's an option online na. It's here sa Orus, BIR, yan. Online registration na siya where you can register online. Ngayon, medyo may hit or miss siya, no? For some people that I've interacted with, nakuha na nila after ilang days yung number, tapos nagamit na nila yung tax ID, no? Yung iba, ilang weeks na and months, hindi pa rin sila nire-replyan. I don't really know. I'm not sure kung bakit siya hit or miss. Baka depende sa RDO or requirements. Pero you can try getting a tax ID number here sa Orus. Next is kung wala kang Philippine bank account. I'll give you 2 options na nakita ko online na naging successful din dun sa mga taong pinasubukan kong itry yun na mag-open sila. Yung isa, BDO. So, ito yung website no sa BDO. I'll link the resources sa comments. No? Tapos yung isa yung si BPI. Ayan, ganyan yung itsura niya. So, makakapag-open ka na ng bank account online kung wala ka pang bank account. At yun yung hadlang sa pag-open mo ng stockbroker at makapag-invest sa Philippine stock market. This is yung valid ID. So, usually dyan nahihirapan yung passport ay sapat na. Others use UMID. Others use their PRC or yung driver's license nila kung hindi pa expired. Now, I was trying to look for online kung may way or magkaroon ng Philippine ID online. Parang yung Orus, no? Pero wala ako nakita. So, if you're abroad tapos nakapag-open ka ng government ID somewhere online, I don't know, comment it below para makatulong naman tayo dun sa mga ibang walang ID at gusto mag-invest sa Philippine stocks. Now, for all other problems regarding opening a stockbroker para makapag-start ka na finally, you may contact your stockbroker directly. Mabilis silang sumagot sa social media pages nila or you can email them. They will be the best people that can support you. At ayan, alam mo na kung paano magsimulang mag-invest sa Philippine stock market kahit nasa ibang bansa ka. And if you're new here and you want to really start stock investing, may mga iba pa akong resources that you can download. Link is in the description below. As always, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't yet and I will see you on the next video. God bless po!